I'm back. How's everybody doing? So yesterday I showed you how I cleaned my disastrous craft and sewing studio, and we got that done, so I feel rejuvenated because I'm in a clean room. But today I'm actually going to be giving tips on how to properly take care of your sewing machine. And I have several, so I'll be repeating this step on my other machines, but today we're just going to be going over cleaning your sewing machine. Just easy tips on what to do. It's not really hard, but it's very important because your sewing machine, like most people, is a huge investment. And so whether you use it every day or you use it occasionally, you still need to keep it clean. It's kind of like when you're driving your car, you've got to keep up with the general maintenance or you're going to start having issues. So these are sewing machines that have motors in them, and they've got many moving parts in them. So it's important that you keep it clean and you keep up your maintenance, whether you are using your machine every day or once in a while. It's still very important for you to take care of your sewing machine. So most machines come with covers, or you can buy specialty covers to put on your machine, but it's important that you keep your machine covered, and that'll help it stay free from dust and particles and stuff that are in the air. But for me, because I normally keep my sewing area clean, I don't really have the need to put covers on top of my machines. I don't even know where they are. I get them in the box and I just set them aside because I never really use them. So we're going to kind of go through just some of the different areas on the machine before I get into actually cleaning it. But it's recommended that a part of the maintenance is that you change out your needle regularly, because your needle, I'll turn the light on here where you can kind of see the machine a little bit better. So your needle, and then you always want to kind of turn the machine off whenever you start messing around with the needle. It's just a good housekeeping thing to do, just to prevent yourself from getting injured. But your needle, you get a lot of interior lint built up on your needle and it becomes dull. So it's recommended that you change out your needle like every 8 hours or so. I never do that. I mean, I kind of know when I need to change out a needle. If you're using different fabrics, of course you're going to use a different size needle, but I think just keeping it clean, and if you're doing a large project and your needle has been used a lot, then of course it'll be time to change out a needle. So then also you want to clean out the different areas in your machine, your bobbin area, your tension guide area. You want to keep that area clean as well. Like you want to keep your embroidery machine doesn't have feed dogs like your regular sewing machine, and so you've got like a little area that a little open area in the embroidery machine that where you have a lot of lint and thread that builds up. So I've got like some little tools that I use to kind of get down in that area to clean it. And then your tension disc, and you know, all those areas you want to, you know, keep those areas clean. Okay, so I do have cleaning supplies that I always keep on hand for when I'm cleaning my sewing machines and my embroidery machine, and it's something that I do on a regular basis. Really, after I do each project, I go back and clean my machine. So some of these things are items that, you know, that I purchased that came with the machine, like your sewing machine oil, and it's, you know, a very important, it's very important that you use this on your machine, not a whole lot, but it's important that you only use sewing machine oil, and that's because this oil is clear and it doesn't stain your fabric. And it comes, I actually bought this maybe at Joann's, and then your machine normally comes with an oil that's inside of the container that looks like this, and you're just using a very little amount of oil. The machine comes with your tools, so you have screwdrivers, and then there's this little lint brush, but I like to use toothbrushes, and I think I've got this from the Dollar Tree, so you get like a pack of 6 for, you know, like $1, and I keep that on hand. And then also, like, after using the oil sometimes, and then once you get the lint particles and everything inside of the brush, it gets kind of dirty, so it's good to, you know, have extra toothbrushes on hand. And then I use the compressed air, and I didn't realize that these things are so hard to find. Walmart has them. You can get like 2 in a package for about $11 or $12. I think I got this from the Dollar General store as well. I think it was like $5. But you know, it was like behind the counter. They don't have this just out for the general public to get. And then I have dental floss, and I'll show you, you know, what I do with the dental floss. And I also use these gum, like they're called soft picks, and it's in the toothbrush aisle, and I'll show you what I do with these. And so these are just little soft picks that have like ridges on them, and it's really small, and this is what I use to kind of get into those hard to get places. Okay, so and then I get like this cloth. I get this from the Dollar Tree, and it's in the section where they sell the automotive supplies. So I get, like, you know, these for like $1. So I guess the most important thing to do is to you know, just do a general wipe down of your machine. And that's, you know, very important because you've got, you know, lint particles and all that, you know, and dust, of course, that builds up on your machine. So you just do a general wipe down. You can use, you know, some of your cleaning spray, but I think just a dry cloth should do, just to kind of get rid of, you know, dust particles and just kind of keep the machine looking brand new. Because like I said, you're investing a lot of money in this machine, so you definitely want to try to keep it as clean as possible. Okay. So once you know, get that all cleaned up, you can also use paper towels, you know, that you can, like if you're using cleaning solution after you use a towel. The paper towel can kind of help, you know, get most of the moisture, you know, the moisture up, you know, in certain areas so that you don't have any, you know, wetness or anything on your machine. So the first thing I'd like to do is take my dental floss, and I've never seen anybody do this. It was just something that, you know, that I decided to do, especially, you know, in this tension disc area. So I just like you take your thread, I just, you know, take my thread through, take my dental floss through and kind of move it around and, you know, get it clean. There's kind of like a gum that's on the dental floss that, you know, can grab a hold of anything, you know, that's stuck in there. And then I kind of do, you know, this area, cleaning this area, and right here. I don't know, you know, I'm sure you all have come up with your own little quirky ideas of what works for you. This works for me, and I'm sticking with that tip. It may seem silly, but it's worth the while for me. Okay, now with the screwdriver, it's, you know, important to take this, take your screws out so that you can open up the plate in order to reveal the inside of the machine, and that's kind of where all of the lint and the particles build up. So it doesn't take a long time. The screws are pretty small. Like, you know, you want to put these on the side so you don't lose them. So you also use the screwdriver to lift the plate up. Hope that you can see. Trying to talk through this. I should have undone the screws before making this video, because knowing me, it's going to kind of linger in there and get stuck. Okay, so with this machine, I'm going to lift my bobbin cap and my plate. It's all connected, so it reveals everything that's underneath. And like I said, I've got lint inside of there. Maybe I can bring this closer so you can see better. So down in this area, and you can see, I've got a lot of lint that's built up. So just take the bobbin out, and I actually took the bobbin case out as well, so that needs to be cleaned out. But this is where I'm gonna kind of use the compressed air to kind of get all of that stuff out of there. So just kind of spray it in there. Oh, I'm gonna have to clean this machine over again. And don't be afraid to kind of get in there and get all that dust and stuff out of there. So I'll just take my cloth again and then get all of that stuff out of there. Whoops, I dropped my bobbin holder. Okay. So it looks pretty clean. And turn the light on and kind of see the area a lot better. Let me see, you can see that it's pretty clean down in there. I'm not good with this tripod. Okay, so you see that, you know, all that is pretty clean, and you can see all the moving parts when you move that around. And this is where you either use this brush here or your toothbrush. So I don't have a lot of particles or anything in here because I do regular maintenance. But if you didn't, the toothbrush is good to kind of, you know, get all of the threads out or the little particles that may be inside there. Okay, and then you have this little pick. So there are, you know, little areas that's inside of here, and you just take that little pick and clean out, you know, the different areas where you can actually stick it down in there and clean it out. I'll turn this machine off. I'm always in the habit of turning the machine off because I don't want any accidents to happen. Okay. And then another idea, you can actually take the needle out and then in the needle chamber, you can take the needle, you can take this pick and actually clean out the needle chamber, and that way, you know, that keeps it clean as well. Okay, so we are going to take the bobbin holder here and clean that out. Okay, it's important just that, you know, you just get all that stuff off of there and keep that clean. And then I like to take the oil because this is a component of the machine that's a part of the moving parts, and it is metal, so you do need to just put a couple drops in is all you need. Just one drop is good, so just put that in there. Okay. And your machine is going to love you for this because you're prolonging the life of your machine, and you know, they do recommend that you get annual servicing done on your machines. You know, by a professional, so you can go to a machine repair shop or a sometimes Joann's, their sewing machine area, they can kind of recommend you know, a servicer for you, but it's great that you know, just find a reputable person to do your annual maintenance. I don't normally have to have annual maintenance because I always follow the instructions of the machine, you know, the instructions that they give to maintain it, and I try to keep, you know, my machines clean. The only reason why a lot of times I never really have to do the annual maintenance is because if I have a machine that's not working like it's supposed to, I normally get a new machine. So I have some machines that are close to going to the grave, meaning that they're in storage and they're on their last leg. Okay, so you also want to clean the plate. So I just take the towel and clean off the plate. This is a fairly new machine, so I don't have a whole lot of build up, but if you did, you just, you know, take your toothbrush and kind of clean out the areas, and you can see like these components, fabric and, you know, lint particles can get, you know, stuck in there. I think you can also use the compressed air to kind of, you know, clean that out. So we're just going to put that back on. And I will get this put back on. But for the sake of the video, that's about it. You know, I hope that these tips work, and also I got this cute little bag and I put all of my supplies inside of the bag, and it's just, you know, a handy place to keep everything in one place, so when it's time to clean it, I'm not looking all over the room. So I hope that these cleaning tips have been helpful for you. You know, just make sure that you are cleaning your machine on a regular basis. You know, it's just an important step to making sure that that your machines continue to be the workhorses that they are. So I will talk to everybody later, and have a good evening. Bye.